Why, hello, everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. I'm your host and guide, Zollin, Ironshield, and today we're going to watch, with the timer, you're going to have to watch on your own screen. I'm going to watch here. We're going to watch and review The Rings of Power Episode 7. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully my chat thing is refreshing and working. You guys want to chat a little and see if it's working? I'm going to do a little test here in my own YouTube chat and see if it shows up here. Was working my other stream. And the previous one I was telling you guys, if you were on my Kinship one, oh, good, look at that. It's working. Wonderful. Wonderful. I have figured out why I was having glitches last weekend with my system. I've upgraded my internet too, but that actually wasn't the problem. It wasn't my computer. I assumed it was an OBS update. I was correct. Like I mentioned, basically there was a new setting that they had, which was always in the system before. And they updated it and then turned off that setting automatically. So I went and found it and turned it back on. And guess what? Lo and behold, no more problems with the streams. All right. So anyway, we'll have a lot of fun today, whether good or ill. No matter what, we'll have fun here in the stream, and also chat. So we'll see. Hopefully, I'm just hoping it'll be enjoyable to an extent. It's so weird. I'm hearing a small echo from my... I want to try something real quick here. 1 second. Give me 1 second. There. I think I fixed it. Weird. I think if I flip my scenes, sometimes it'll leave a little echo on of the music I had on. Interesting. Sorry, I just learned something new. Learn something new every stream. But anyway, we'll have some fun today, my friends, and I hope that you will join us all. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, in my previous stream, I was saying I kind of got off early because this guy was coming to give us a new router, right, to put into the system or into our house for the new internet. And I've been waiting since 8 a.m. It's like 5 right now, my time, p.m., which was the window. I'm like, where is he? So I like message him. And they're like, oh, there's no one coming to your house. And I'm like, you guys gave me an appointment and number and everything. There's a guy coming, right? And they're like, no. And I'm like, I was like, all right. And they're like, sorry, we apologize. The person who told you that was incorrect. It's just a speed upgrade. Your modem right now has no issue handling the upgraded speed. So I'm like, okay. So, and I tested the speed. It is working good. So, sweet. Got good speed now. I can't hear this echo. Good. Well, good. I'm glad you can't hear that echo. Good. That is a good thing indeed. It would have just been on my end, if anything. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and set up the timer here. How many we got here today? Hello. Welcome everyone. Oh, there's 10 of us here. Sweet. That's a good start. All right. So there's a commercial. So prep your thing or whatever you want to. I'm prepping episode 7, meaning waiting for the commercial to go by. It kind of like really bothers me that, you know, if you pay for Prime, you still have commercials and you have to pay more. That's such a gimmick by every company. That's not just Amazon, by the way. This idea that you should like pay for a subscription, but then if you want no commercials, you have to pay more. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not that old, guys. Okay. But like, even when I was a kid, that wasn't a thing. Like, just like, 10 years ago, right? 10, 15 years ago, that was not a thing. We didn't have to pay for more payment to get commercials off. Anyway, sorry, I'm ragging. I'm ragging on all companies. That is not just on Amazon. That is on all companies. All the streaming platforms do that. Hello there. Hello. Welcome. You played in the Battle for Middle-earth 2. Very nice. A fun game. A very fun game, which we do cover on the channel. Superb. All right. So anyway, if everyone has their little things ready, we'll go ahead and start it. I will reserve the right to talk during it. Keep me on the phone or whatever if you're going to watch it with us. That kind of stuff. I've been enjoying, if I'm doing a stream, you're watching me, and I'm doing reactions. Well, I haven't watched it yet with you guys. I want to be able to say things during it because it's too hard to pause it all the time. We're trying to keep it balanced for everybody. LOTRO has a 25% bonus until Monday early morning. Oh, nice. For what? A bonus for what? Is it a bonus for XP? I appreciate you telling everybody. But also, Mr. Hammer, our officer, if you're in our Discord, he gives you all of like the codes and all the special things all the time. He'll put in there to remind people to get for Lord of the Rings Online. Another amazing game. By the way, Lord of the Rings Online, one of the reasons I cover it so much on this channel, and it's like my canvas on what I do. I even do lore videos with it, and I do voiceover series through it, is because Lord of the Rings Online has this core theme of respecting Tolkien's lore. Even the stuff they make up, it really respects it. Doesn't contradict things. It doesn't feel totally... It feels like Tolkien, right? His world through the whole thing. It doesn't feel like you're taking alternate reality, or you're taking a different dimension, or you're taking a fan fiction version, right? We'll see, though. We'll see. We'll see with episode 7. Episode 6 actually had some stuff that I enjoyed in it, but again, I was a little grumpy that there's like no real singing out of Tom Bombadil. That kills me. It kills my heart. So sad. The actor he's fine. He did a good job. But some people I've heard have really liked, Tom Bombadil, like the mentor Tom Bombadil. But I'm glad they like it for the show, but it's not Tom Bombadil in the book. It's not Tolkien's Tom Bombadil. It's a different character. That's what so it's not that you can't not like this Tom Bombadil, right, from Amazon's version, but it's not Tolkien's Tom Bombadil. Now, some might disagree with me, and guess what? You're totally free to do that. You all have your own opinions and thoughts. That's good. We should have that more in society. Unfortunately, I think we're having too much of this, divisiveness where we can't have a conversation because we're just going to battle, so we'll just ignore each other. It's like, no. We should talk, right? We should always talk. Have fun. Hello, elf friend. How's it going? Elf friend? Well, I'm 6,000, so no one's too old. Good one. I like the roleplay. The Roving Ranger, I watched it last night. Just popped in to say hi. Well, hello. Welcome to the stream. Tom Bombadil is basically Alfred in Batman. He does have that feel a little bit, the Amazon's version. Good. I'm doing good. I had to stay up all night last night working on my internet though, so it was but that's all fixed now, so that's wonderful. I have a fun but long weekend, getting a lot of stuff done. I have a choir performance on Sunday, so that's why we won't be doing tons and tons of streams this weekend, but I'll have lots this next week. We'll do some streams and videos and things like that. I've just been dropping little I had a bunch of little Rise to War videos made, which I know is not everyone's favorite, but I know some of my viewers like Rise to War stuff. But so I've just been kind of dropping those and my little horse and animal shorts. I've been just dropping those the last few days for you guys because I've been working on a bunch of house projects, electricity things and stuff like that too. I've got these little things that you can plug in the wall and then plug your stuff into that, and then it has a switch on the wall so you can shut off things so it doesn't just eat power out of the wall all the time. Because you'd be surprised. I found that most surge protectors take 10 watts or 10 watt hours, I should say, kilowatt hours of power all the time, even with the just being on with nothing, because they circulate power to regulate it. So but it's kind of unrealistic to unplug them from the wall all the time. So I'm just going to get these little things that you can go to, just click, and it shuts the power off from them. So, yeah. All right, let's get going. I'm boring everyone. Thank you for liking the stream if you are here. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and start. I'm going to start the timer here, and we'll see how it goes. 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. I really like Doran, the younger one. I like the older one, but I don't really like the whole fight between the dad and son all the time. And I know they're well, it's the ring corrupting him. It's I won't get into the whole why all the rings shouldn't be talking to their masters kind of thing. That's not, none of them did that except for the one ring, and there's a reason for that. But that's okay. They're taking their fan fiction liberties. I'll give it to them. I'm hoping this one will be a lot of fun to watch, though, at least. Like action-wise. This is what Sauron wants, guys. Obviously. They left us on a major cliffhanger last time. Oh, the birds are chirping. Again, I have no gripe at all with locations. Locations are fantastic. Oh, we got some forging happening. Finally. Episode 7 of Season 2. Just kidding. No, there was some of the other ones, I know. Doomed to die. Sorry. Just thought I'd add that part. That was cool. Okay, that was... They caught the little bit right there. That was a good moment. Except the rings look really blasé. His hammer is really cool looking. Oh, wait. Why is it... Got its cover on it, though. It's a little mouse. So remember, in the previous episode for their version, how forgetful you can be, that bothers. So I know he's in his mind, and that's true in the lore, but the way they make him act like he's almost having like elder, like being old dementia or something, bothers me. They kind of like did want that in both episodes side by side. It should have been just Sauron controlling his mind. I love the part where he makes him see everything's great outside. That was really well done. Now, could he have done that to Celebrimbor? I don't know. In the original lore, I'm trying to think about it, but maybe. I liked it though. That's a little weird to me that they're kind of making Sauron almost seem like he is like thinking twice on it. Sauron never thought twice on any of this, you guys. He clearly had a goal. He befriended them as the Great Deceiver, like the dude just said, and then he betrays them. I don't think there's like any like, you know, maybe feeling guilty partially. I don't think so. Not in his character in the story. That's a big reach, let's put it that way, for this show. Wow, that looks really awesome though. This is some serious catapults, man. What's up, Albin? Blames Celebrimbor. That says I'm the hero. Wait, are they stealing the line from the Lord of the Rings movie now? What? Wait a second. Did they just steal Faramir and Sam's lines and then we're not alone? Rohirrim and the other part? Sorry, the way they worded that made it to me that they stole 2 lines from the Lord of the Rings books for this. I know they have rights to them, but that's a little funny. Yeah, those lines were stolen. Sorry, guys. Even if they did seem correct for the moment for their version of the story here. The orcs look awesome, though. It's so nice to see them being, like, actually have... This better not be like one volley solves this whole issue. It's like it's gonna break down like the entire mountain from one volley. Watch. The entire mountain's gonna fall. 4 rocks and the whole mountain's gonna just go. I'm calling it. Okay, a second volley. 2 volleys. Oh, that's a convenient placed boulder. Yeah, I don't think that's a big enough rock to dam the whole river. Okay, that one might be. Well, that is very conveniently falling apart, isn't it? Granted, the animation looks cool. I think... Though that would only keep the river dammed for so long. Because the water would... Because of that valley so thin, that water would start rising pretty quick. I mean, it would give them maybe like an hour or 2? Maybe? Maybe that much? Depending on how much water's coming down the river. It's a pretty big river. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you gotta dam something, if you ever played with water when you were a child, like I did in the desert, when I visited, you know, if you dammed something up, the water would you'd stall it for a little while, but it would raise up and then over the edge it goes, or break through on the sides or something, right? All right, so this is the Misty Mountains, right? This is back with the Durin store. This is Narvi. So they're still keeping away with bats? Is it Elrond? That's true. Dude has a point. These 7 rings, the dwarves, kind of worked in the Amazon series as Sauron wanted. Because in the original lore, they don't work on the dwarves, which also bothers me. But good point, dude. I didn't think about that. Because it's kind of breaking them apart. Their, like, loyalty to each other and stuff. Sure, it's great for a drama, but the rings, the 7 dwarven rings failed because the dwarves were not corrupted by them. They helped them do things. They did help them get more wealth, but they didn't start fighting amongst themselves for the rings either. The dwarves did come out and help, by the way, during this. So, little different way how they did it, but they did come out and help, originally. There wasn't a big drama happening, though, in Khazad-dûm between 2 Durins, which there are never 2 Durins at once. Tolkien makes that very clear, but that's okay. The orcs look awesome, though. This captain of the elves or whatever is the first made-up like side character. That's just a generic one that I feel like I have some actual like worry that he's going to be killed because he probably be killed. Like some attachment, right? I like to see that they're putting down wood for the wheels to go across. Since it's a muddy bottom of a river, that's a good touch. Realistic touch. Isn't that just a battering ram? Why did she call it a Ravager? Despite what they're putting out in this show, too. Those orcs are so excited to murder elves. They love it. Wait. Oh, good. He's finally seeing through it. Oh. This isn't Helm's Deep. What? What are you talking about? You're... To prove your worth. Oh. All right, I like it that he threw the hammer at him, but that was good. But I kind of like in the fit of like, so he broke the illusion. Is that kind of what's going on here? There's some stuff that just happened that I really liked and some stuff I really didn't like in that part. But it's too much to break down right now. Yeah, throwing Feanor's hammer out the window bothers me a little bit. I think he should have just gone at him to attack him. Oh, also, oh my gosh, look at his face. But I knew they were going to do this. Is he just going to break down without fighting back at all? Because this is not... What's up, Robert? We're watching episode 7. All right, so this is where he pulls himself together. He punches him in the face. Okay, so black blood. No fighting him? Hopefully he fights him later? There's a lot of stuff we need to break down there later. That was a I have a commercial, so I'm gonna pause the timer for a second. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of stuff I was expecting them to do. I'm glad he threw the hammer at him, but throwing it out the window, I would have rather a swing at him, right, with it. So, all right, commercial's almost done. All right, so anyway, there we go. I can restart it back up here. Are you guys ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, doop. There we go. Timer's back on. All right. All right, so now he's real wounded. Yeah. Yeah. He's such a deceiver. Yeah, I do not like this whole drama of making Celebrimbor seem like he's insane and everyone thinks he's... That is not... What the heck? Sauron just flung her off and makes it look like it was him. I mean, this is good. This is definitely how evil Sauron is. Even if it is all... Now, there is some truth in that. But Sauron doesn't care about peace. He cares about order and control. A little bit different with the terminologies there. All right, here we go. We got someone. All right. That's a whole lot of CGI horses right there. The Rohirrim. No. Well, we do know in the books this happened. Elrond did show up with a force and most likely had elven riders. So it's not... This isn't out of... It does feel like a little bit like the Helm's Deep moment, though, doesn't it? Sorry, it's Jedi mind tricks are strong. All right. Oh, so the king is here. It's not quite as many elves as I would be expecting to show up, though. All things considered. I summarized several thousand. This looks like about maybe 500 horses. Maybe it's just the front army. They're not going to stop the charge because of Galadriel in a cage, right? They're not going to stop the charge because she's in a cage, right? They stopped the charge because Galadriel's in a cage. Oh. Stop with those sad-looking faces. Have a stern-looking face in that moment. Angry, maybe. That's not entirely true. They keep saying that about Elrond. He definitely can fight. He has a point there in their version. What? Orcs have nothing on elves. You do realize the elves are the ones that were turned into the orcs, right? Adar. And now the Elrond defense. Yeah. I don't know about that at all. Okay. I mean, she got herself into it. What is that supposed to mean? No, don't do it. What is happening right now? What is happening right now? No. They've done it. They've done it. They have incurred the wrath of Zollin Ironshield. Those sickos. They're sickos. The writers are sickos. That's what they are. Bunch of sick creepers. You guys realize that Elrond marries her daughter later, right? That's disgusting to make them have a love story, Galadriel and Elrond. It's gross. And where the heck is Celebrimbor? So she goes and marries... I mean, not Celebrimbor. Celeborn. So she goes and marries Celeborn later? Oh my gosh. I don't even care. It's like, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, it's a one-time fling. They just had a, she had feelings for her. Okay, yeah, but gross. He marries her daughter later. It's disgusting. Yeah. So now he's enslaving Celebrimbor now, forcing him to make the rings. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just totally missed this whole entire part. I don't even know what's going on. I'm so frustrated right now. Been saying this for like the last 5 months. They better not do some weird thing between Elrond and, because I knew it felt like the first few episodes they were trying to make them like a thing. Now, I do agree that dwarves are extremely loyal. I agree with this part. This is good. This is a good part. This is well done. I like this. Totally like this. This is good. All right, that's kind of cool. I like it. I like this part. This part was good. That part was really good. Oh, dude, that horse kick was awesome. That also was cool. Gosh, why did they just take out... Why did they just don't put that... This is really good. I like this. We're having some combat. I also like the fact that Elrond because of everything they did, at least in their made-up story writing, that Elrond left Galadriel to die to win the fight. That was good. Because if they're going to make up the stupid story, at least continue the story correctly. And him leaving her to die, that's what should happen in that. Oh no. He killed his horse. Oh, he's pissed. Yeah, I'd be angry too. Let's... Got him. He launches him. I like that. This is good. So, I mean, that guy really wasn't that big of a boss, but oh, his poor horsey. Oh, is he gonna... Maybe they'll use the ring's made-up new power of healing to do this. Oh, or not. I mean, it was a sweet... I like that he said bye to his horse. I think that's I think that's realistic for anyone who cares for their horse. But I was kind of thinking he was going to heal it with the ring. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know why there was no Khazad menu. It was just Baruk Khazad over and over. Yeah, I was expecting the Khazad menu as well. Okay, so this thing isn't a battering ram. It's some kind of, like, reverse ballista wall pulling machine? Well, I guess? Gotta say, I'm feeling like this in this episode. With either, oh, this is kind of cool, this is horrible, this is kind of cool. Elf. Here we go. We care about our families. No, you don't. They would want to murder those. Oh my gosh. So therefore I will sacrifice you. This whole arc is so silly with the orcs. I'm so disappointed with it. I really like Adar though, just a good actor. All right, so she escaped. Is that... Oh, Elrond gave her that, huh? To get her... Was that Elrond's little thing he took off and gave her? Had a little secret pin in there to break out. That's convenient. You know, I'm sure that the elves were like, yeah, so when we make these brooches to hold on, we should put in a secret pin that's perfect for picking locks, just in case one of our friends is caught being dumb, and then we can have a conversation with their leadership, and then we could give them the pin secretly so that they can unlock the locks. Problem solved. Sorry. I know I'm being super troll, but come on. You guys follow that? Like, sure, it's like, oh, cool, he had this pin that had this lock thing on it, but it's like, he could have just given her some kind of little pin that he actually just had in his pocket. Didn't have to, I don't know. For some reason, it feels less realistic to me being this fancy brooch that has a secret pin inside it. I don't know why. I mean, I guess if you were caught in war and you had your stuff and they had you tied up, maybe you could get to it. But how could you get to it if you were tied up anyway? And wouldn't they just take your gear, right? Take off your cloak and your pin would be gone with you? There's no way they're falling for this cloak business, right? It's not an elven cloak. If it was an elven cloak, maybe I would say, yeah, you know, magical properties. So now they're honoring their dead, the orcs, huh? I could see Adar doing that as a made-up character, but not the orcs themselves. Let me guess. It's our resident Amazon series Legolas, right? Called it. The dude, Nagglider, is going to be kissing Rataldo. She's just kissing everyone now. Just all over. He's like, but I have plot armor. What is happening? Rose, you should have saw what I just did a minute ago. We just passed that certain point, Rose. I was trying not to vomit out of disgust. Got out of my chair. Flipped out a little bit, actually. All right, commercial. Yeah, so... Yeah, you can go back, Rose, after this will be a video automatically, and you could jump to what, like 10 minutes ago? We're 56 minutes into this stream, so it's like 46 minutes in. All right, let me go ahead and reset this. Timer starting back up, and doop, there we go. All right, so here's the dwarves. Again, everything seems small to me. Like the dwarves came out with an army of maybe it was only a few hundred. The elves had a lot more though. Narvi shouts. Why is he all wounded? So are they going to release... I was kind of hoping they were going to give us the Watcher or something in the water, because some people thought that. But if they're going to release the Belrog over this 3,000 years before the Belrog actually gets released in Khazad-dûm... Mind you, Khazad-dûm is 3,000 years prosperous after Aragian is destroyed in the original lore. So this, again, fan fiction. We know. And now he's trying to justify this to Celebrimbor. Oh my gosh. No! No! We're gonna be pitting on Sauron now. He was mistreated by Morgoth. Sauron purposefully turned and joined Morgoth. Okay, guys? He wasn't strong-armed into it. He joined him willingly. He's like, sweet, let's do it. Right? I like these ideas. So they're taking some little truths out of what Sauron does as a personality, and they're twisting it into their fanfiction version. He wanted to give order to the world, but in all the wrong ways, right? It's clear how Tolkien describes it in the story, right? So he does have some kind of like social sociopath problems in his mind. I can't think of the word right now. But so Sauron does have some things where he just very narcissistic. He thinks he's right. He thinks he's going to save the world in his warped way. But he's evil still. And to make it this whole thing that he should feel sorry for him because Morgoth was just controlling him and he was a slave to Morgoth too. No, he joined him. Now it's his fault. This weak version of Celebrimbor is just bothering me so much. Celebrimbor is not like this in the original story at all. You can deceive even yourself. I mean, that's a good line for what's going on here in the story, though. Sauron definitely had a very clear goal in mind throughout thousands of years. He always had a goal. So this idea that he's like, but even like deceiving himself, right? Like, sure, he thinks he's right. Maybe from a very narcissistic point of view, he, deceiving himself, but he has a very clear goal. Sweet. I like that he destroyed the rings. I keep seeing that one elf and I keep thinking of May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The cavalry is here, guys! If you guys watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., by the way, and May is one of my favorite characters in that show. That's why I'm just laughing. Oh, they're like not hot at all. I really want to see Celebrimbor fight Sauron. Like, at least, in their version of it. This very weak version of Celebrimbor is making me grumpy. Like basic defense tactics. I know, boiling water, boiling oil. Correct. Okay. Well, that's horrifying. I see why they said they were going to make it a little more like horror level with things. Alright, so his thumb being gone, he could get out of the restraint? Okay. I mean... okay. Yeah, so just so everyone knows who had... Oh, that's sad. Just so everybody knows, like, Celebrimbor was not like this in the original story, guys. This is not what happened. Yes, he was deceived by Sauron, but he wasn't, like, all weak and being like chained up and forced to finish the rings. That's not what happened. It's a very, very different story made up for this Amazon series. And this is all your fault, Galadriel. Remember you didn't tell him that it was Sauron? How's that for a loophole in their made-up fan fiction? Now she's gonna kiss him? We just kissing her now? We're just sorry. But he didn't enslave him. That's the point of the original story. But again, this is their fan fiction. I know. The whole thing is he tricks them into making all the rings, and then he comes and steals them from them. No, you knew he was Sauron, and you could have told Celebrimbor. Oh, is he going to battle him? Is he going to fight? It'd be awesome. He's too old to fight in Rings of Power. I know, it does feel like that. Also, what happened to my chat again? Why is it just disappearing? I give up. The chat thing is so glitchy. They're like, by the way, we're sorry we were being jerks a second ago. My gosh. Reconnecting it here. First good thing they said, and I don't think that was stolen. Yeah, this whole situation is Galadriel's fault in their Rings of Power version. You guys, what Lala said, yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. And now, she's going to give him the rings. No, I'm just kidding. There we go. I fixed it. Guys, look, it's May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't know she was in Middle-earth. Oh my gosh, overkill! Kill-tacular! Kilimanjaro. Sorry. Why is it so easy to set these arrows on fire? I think it's believable that you can take one more shot. I don't know about the arrow being on fire, though. Got him. That's some serious oil they had. Oh. Oh, man. Guys, May is down. I think she was more useful in that case. In that case, yeah. In the original story with Boromir, though, he did a lot. He killed, like, hundreds of Urukai before he died. Send him in. Oh, are we gonna get to see Bob? In what Nerd of the Rings calls him? For Bob. Dang. He's huge. He looks awesome, too. Sauron's a grumpy boy. Or Maiar, in this case. Oh, dang. Damrond. Damrond's the troll, right? You know I'm calling him Bob. Here we go. Are we going to get some Sauron powers? Oh, dang. Okay, I like that. Good Sauron moment. There goes that guy we knew was going to die. But so that's what he just kills anybody in his path, is what the orcs were saying. Wait, he's awesome. What the frick? Best part of Rings of Power right there is Bob. What the frick? This is awesome. It's horrifying, but very realistic to what I think a giant monster would do. He just throws the freaking mace at him. He's pulling arrows out of his side. He's like all these porcupine things. Not a very sharp sword. It's hard to cut a rope, though, with a sword. Oh, man. Oh. Got him good. Dude, Bob's like, I'll take it down myself. Oh, crap, man. It's Gilgalad. Oh, no, no. The horsey. Wow, he fell over a little too easy there. He shoots the arrow out of his mouth? Seems about right for a troll. Enjoying the horribleness of battle to the last second. That was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That was good. That was a highlight for me. That's the one thing I really enjoyed this episode. Well, Elrond didn't slice the... Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Seems a little funny. Maybe his sword has been dulled. No. It's no mithril sword, that's for sure. But it's... We're gonna get... Dude, look, it's Cold Eye Glows. That spear is awesome. I like that spear a lot. Oh, it's look to the... On the third day, looked at the, you looked at the east, and then the Rohan will come. Oh no, I mean the dwarves. Why are there so many copies? Oh. Dude, the dwarves show up, right? Gandalf rides at dawn. Voro here. AKA used to be What? What? He better come in the next episode. If Adar's really trying to... That's not a lot of elves. There's way more elves than this that came to the battle from Linden, by the way. Wouldn't be only like 10, 20 guys left. I don't think so. All hope was lost, and they lived sad ever after. Bill of Agates. Oh, sweet. Oh, we get to see a Gilgalad kick some butt with his spear. Dude, Adar caught the arrow. Oh, and then he stabbed him with it. Oh, yeah, arrow stabbings. You know how hard that is to do? Not very realistic. Man, he got kind of owned. I'm not going to lie. Amazon Legolas got kind of owned. Maybe not quite as good as regular Legolas. Everybody's getting Boromir arrowed in this. Wouldn't you have a bunch of elves like inside defending the spot that they're about to break through? No. I don't think they'll kill him. He's like their main made-up character. That's true, Lala. Even the elves are letting him run on the outside, yes. Now we're going to kill off Elrond. He got Galadriel's Ring of Power? Are you kidding me? That's gonna... What is his music? Is this orcs when they rap? Or like do screamo? What is happening? Well, I'm going to stop it there. Okay. Guys, I think I've been really fair to Rings of Power. In Season 1 and Season 2. Like, way too fair. Right? Like, I've given them every chance to turn and stop doing stupid, ridiculous things. I'm going to watch the last episode because I want to see the fact that if Durin doesn't show up to help, the dwarves just don't show up, and they just, the dwarves had to deal with this evil in Cause of Doom, and the Balrog's going to come in episode 8. I just know it now. I just know they're going to do it. They're going to do everything I said that they shouldn't do. All the things. And by the way, to be fair to them, I was saying it within their own fan fiction. I wasn't even saying it from the lore perspective. I was saying they shouldn't do this in their own fan fiction, right? This would be bad to write it like this in their own story. Not talking about the lore at this point. The lore has been destroyed. It's gonzo. Though the original lore can never be destroyed, guys. Just don't worry. The books are always going to be the same, and we don't have to worry about that. But the this Amazon series, though, obviously the lore is non-existent. It's just his own fan fiction, like I've been saying for months. But I just can't stress enough, guys, the whole that they did it, the thing I was saying they shouldn't do. I know they were hinting at they've like had feelings for each other in the beginning of season 2 and kind of at the end of season 1, but the fact that Elrond kisses Galadriel is beyond disgusting. Okay, so that was something I can't. There's no way I can sugarcoat it, guys. I'm glass half full kind of guy. I'm really nice, right? But there's no way to sugarcoat it. That's disgusting. Okay, because we know Elrond marries the daughter later. And by the way, the reason for that is Elrond is extremely young compared to Galadriel. Okay, so in Rings of Power, from their time zone being the Second Age. Okay, I know it's a fan fiction, but their time zone, Galadriel is like 65. In Lord of the Rings, she's like 70. Elrond, he's like 15. So that's gross right there. But now, granted, with elves, it doesn't really matter because they all kind of stay the same age when they grow up, right? So they don't really have that aging thing. But there's still a mental aging thing, right? And that's kind of why I think Tolkien wrote that he marries her daughter, right? Because it makes sense, right? The daughter's a lot younger. She's only a few hundred years old. Elrond's only, whatever. And Elrond's only, there's more similar in age than Galadriel and Elrond, which are massively separate in age. Hugely different, right? So it's just disturbing. It bothers me. Even in their fan fiction, let's say maybe they're like, okay, well, in our version of the universe, Galadriel doesn't have a daughter and they just get married. It's like, okay, but that's still gross, no matter what. It's still like, sure, I know elves are the same age, all that stuff. And then, of course, they'll use that as an argument, right? That, they're the same age because elves just, once they get to a certain point, they're kind of the same age, all of them. It's like, yes, then why did you make Celebrimbor so old? Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be ageist either. I have friends of all ages. I don't really care about that. I think thinking about age is stupid. I think thinking more like elves, where we're all kind of the same age as for adults, is a better way to think about it. But Celebrimbor I liked his acting originally. Now, I don't think it's his fault, right? They wrote the script for these last few episodes. I think he actually was carrying their not so well written story plot in the last few episodes, but with his acting. But that was no. This last one, no. Sorry, guys. So one thing I remember I said, but this is just for my reaction. Okay, I'll make a breakdown in the future, probably. I don't know. I don't want to make a breakdown of this. But I probably will for you guys, because I know some of you want me to. But the fact that he is so timid, right? Again, there's a thing going on in Amazon's Rings of Powers fan fiction where they're kind of making a lot of the characters kind of almost an inversion of their original personalities, right? And that's really weird to me. So Galadriel, instead of being very regal and commanding presence and being very powerfully feminine in a really powerful way, right? Being the strong leader, right? She's like this opposite, stout, frustrated, angry, always mad at everybody, doesn't respect anybody, nobody respects her kind of thing going on, right? So they kind of inverted her personality. Tom Bombadil, he's happy, smiling all the time, almost never serious. They completely inverted Tom Bombadil, right? You get a tiny bit of humming singing, right? That's it. One smile. And he also doesn't care about the world, Tom Bombadil, in the books. He does not care about what goes on in the outside world, okay? In this, apparently, he cares more, so much so that he's going to tell the stranger to not save the hobbits, focus on saving the world. Where in other Tom Bombadil, he saves the hobbits, but he saves them just because he cares in the moment, right? And he wants to defeat the evil, right, from the Barrow Downs. So, complete inversion there. And then we've got an inversion of Celebrimbor, right, being super, super timid, and not timid, but being being controlled, and oh my gosh, and losing his mind like he's old or something. Elves, even if they're old, they don't have that problem. The reason they don't get that problem is because they have the elven blessing of the Eldar, right? It kind of keeps them, warm all the time. It keeps everything perfectly working and running in their bodies. That's why that's the blessing, right, of the elves. So this idea that and again, I know you guys are going to be like, oh, well, but he was in the mind, Sauron was in his mind. Yes, I understand that. But they clearly made two distinctions in the last episode and in this one a little bit, that one, he was losing his mind from himself, right? And the other one was that Sauron was manipulating him, right? And putting images in his mind. The putting images in mind, totally valid with the original story. I think that was good. Making him seem like he was losing his mind and getting dementia, No, that wasn't. And I don't like that he's like just totally breaking down crying. And one good moment was he throws the hammer at him. I was like, yay! And then it was like, well, why did you just throw it off the window? Why did you hit at him? Start fighting him, and he has to like grab his arm and like knock the hammer out of his hand or something. That would have been a little bit more dramatic and a little bit more what I would have expected. And we also know, but we might see this maybe still, who knows? I guess not. I guess we didn't, because what just happened. Celebrimbor fights Sauron on the steps of his house, not inside his house. It's a big difference, but it's not the hugest thing. But let me catch up when you guys are saying. Sorry, I'm like trying to cover everything in mind before I forget. Bob was a highlight. The big troll. The troll was well done. See, yeah, that was well done. It was like really dark and violent, but felt realistic. The troll. Let's see. Do you know he marries Calabria? She is. Does she even exist in the show? Well, she wouldn't exist yet, right? Because if Celeborn, so Celebrimbor, right? This is a little bit tricky with the names. Celebrimbor is the Forge person we're seeing in Amazon's series here, right? Who's not really the original Celebrimbor. He would have beat the. Anyway, moving on. Celeborn, who's the person who marries Galadriel later, they have their daughter later on, but apparently Celeborn's out of the picture in the Amazon series. So, and apparently, if Elrond's given her a kiss, now people could be like, well, he was doing that to be deceptive in front of Adar so he could sneak the thing to her. He could have gave her a hug and snuck the thing into her hand. Didn't have to be a kiss. It's gross. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna stay really stern about that was horrible. Okay, like I'm not gonna backpedal on that at all. It was really bad that happened. I was telling over and over they shouldn't do that. It's from the original House of Fingorn, and she is from Finarfil, so almost his grandmother somehow. Yeah, exactly. She's almost like his grandmother. Galadriel, the age would make sense. Galadriel's kind of like Elrond's grandmother in the feeling. Not directly bloodline, but, well, actually, there may be some connections up there. You're right. Good point, the dude. Good point. Yeah, they Megovana. Hello, Andrew. What's up? Andrew, by the way, I'm sorry. We're not going to be doing any rings. We're not going to be doing a Return to Moria this weekend because I have a choir performance. But we will do some this week, and I think next weekend we'll probably try to do a Return to Moria. I'm thinking maybe on a Sunday. Next Sunday. The one, not this one, but the one coming, after. So we'll be doing some stuff. But I'm kind of, this weekend I've got a lot going on, so but feel free to ask me questions right now if you guys want to. I think Adar will wear the ring and will be back as an elf, and then the orcs will not follow him anymore. You think so? Turn into an elf? So Hammer, a fan, are now lost. I know. He's out the window somewhere. We don't know where it is. What are your thoughts on Sauron being so powerful? He could just use his power all the time. He need to fuss about the rest of the story. So, I do think Sauron should be pretty powerful. I thought that it was a little weird to me that the orcs were able to kill him at the beginning of season 2 with the flashback. I do not dislike that part. I thought it was actually kind of cool for their made-up version, the first episode. But I do think Sauron should be more powerful. I think the fact that he controlled the elves to stab each other, in their fanfiction, I think he has that potential to have that power. And I think what they're implying is, in their version of the story, is that he's so deep in their minds that he had him full under control. Which is like, okay, in their version of the fanfiction. But I like that, again, Celebrimbor isn't affected by it anymore. But I do think Sauron is quite powerful. I think that he would have the ability to use magic to just, kind of thing. Have people do stuff, or even just push them, right? Kind of like, we see, Gandalf can do certain things as well. Sauron, we know, is much more powerful to an extent. And also Gandalf limits his own power because they chose to do that. The Mire, when they or the Astari, the 5 wizards, right? Of course, we don't even know if the stranger is Gandalf, but he's Gandalf. We all know that. He needs to be a blue wizard. That'd be one saving grace for season 2. If they say the stranger is a blue wizard and that evil guy is the other blue wizard and they end up like restoring him to the good side. That would be not bad. I mean, I wouldn't be terribly against that in their fan fiction. But if he is Gandalf, which he most likely is from everything they hinted, it's going to just be like, oh gosh. Yeah. The one son that was missing his hand. Yeah. There's a theory making the rounds that Adar is Feanorian elf. Oh, interesting. He is almost a Valar. Yeah. He's one of the strongest of the Maiar. Yes, he's very strong. Well, the thing is, though, I think that their idea of his blood bending, like you said, I like that Rataldo there better. I think it was that he was in their minds controlling them. I don't think he was controlling their like bodies themselves. He was controlling their minds. He was so deep in their minds that it was too late. He could have them do whatever he wanted. I think that's why that they're trying to imply there. I think that Gil-galad would not be affected by that, and Celebrimbor, which they showed. One credit to their fan fiction, he clearly wasn't affected at that point, but I mean he was affected by so many other things, which is really not what Sauron did. He got into their minds very cleverly, just deception. He wasn't really using powers on them because he knew Celebrimbor would probably see through it, right? So he was their friends for like several years, way longer than what Amazon Rings of Power shows. And then he leaves, and he comes back with an army and attacks the city. Not Adar, Sauron attacks the city, kills everybody, steals the rings. Celebrimbor fights him on the stairs when he last stand, kills Celebrimbor. Spoilers in the original lore. And then of course the dwarves come out and try to help, and they are there. They really come and help, and then they realize, oh crap! So they help the other elven army of Lindon retreat north, and then they go back into Khazad-dûm and lock the doors. So if the dwarves don't come out at all in episode 8, I will be furious. I do like what they had Doran say about dwarves care more about loyalty and stuff than riches, which is something that is implied throughout the Doran's folk, at least, of the dwarves. There are some other dwarves that don't do that, but they really do care about friendships and loyalty and honor, kind of, over even their treasure, even though that's probably their second most favorite thing is their treasure after honoring and protecting their family and friends. But if they don't show up, then that makes the speech totally useless that they made in this episode. So we'll see. The evil wizard looks too much like Saruman. I think they're going to try to make him Saruman, which would be stupid because Saruman is a good guy. For many, many thousands of years, Saruman is a good guy. He only gets corrupted at the beginning of the Third Age. I mean, or no more towards the end of the Third Age. He starts getting corrupted. He's always had some jealousy problems and stuff of Gandalf and things, but he was always still like a loyal servant of the Valar. He was always a good guy. So if they make Saruman a bad guy, again, fan fiction, in the Second Age, that is not right. Right? What do you think of Melanie of the Valor? Melanie of the Valor line. I don't know. Yeah. There were so many lines that were stolen from the Lord of the Rings books and movies, and the way they did them to make them realize, and oh, look to the sun. Oh, look here. Kind of like the Helm's Deep battle, like you guys were saying. It was so obvious that it's jarring. That's the problem. It's so obviously taken from those that it's like, duh, of course that's where they got it, right? It's like, why don't they just make some of their own lines up? That was where they could have creativity, right? Two Blizzard Wizards will do a lot of things and will open a whole new world to content for the Lord of the Rings series and films. Yes, it's true. And I hope, dude, if they do mess it up and they don't make the Blue Wizards, that somebody else will take it up in the future. Peter Jackson. And, or anybody, and make a Blue Wizards series. That would be really fun. Yeah, I think we're at the point where, I'm just like, if it was me watching by myself at this point, I was giving there a lot of leeway, but that was really gross with the kiss thing. I would probably just stop at this point. But I am going to watch the last one just because I kind of want to see what happens with the dwarves. And I want to review it so I can rip it apart too. A little scary smile. But anyway, thanks for being here today, guys. I was expecting some stuff. I wasn't expecting that intense of a big yikes from Zollin Ironshield. Big yikes. The big yikes. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys, for this whole time. Hopefully you still had fun. And got some laughs out of it, at least. We can laugh it off, I guess. Share my clip. Where is your clip? What's up, King, over in Twitch? We are live right now. Yeah, I'm still gonna have to make some reviews. Discord? Okay. Let's see, do I have it open? Did you put it in our channel? You guys should join our Discord if you're not already. We play things like Lord of the Rings Online that really does respect Tolkien's lore. Highly recommend it. Or Return to Moria, another great game that respects the lore. And we do all sorts of Lord of the Rings things. I do replicas of all the Peter Jackson movie replicas and Hobbit and all that jazz. I just think it's so funny. One thing I was so right on is I knew that people that were like, kind of like, everyone can have their opinions, but some people were almost unjustly disliking the Hobbit trilogy. And some people, there's reasons, and everyone's reasons are valid. I understand. I love the Hobbit trilogy, but I kept telling people, if Rings of Power is bad, you guys are going to love the Hobbit. And I've had so many people tell me, I take it all back. I love the Hobbit trilogy. It's like, suddenly the Hobbit trilogy in your mind is an 8 or a 9 because of, when you compare it. Anyway, here it is. Here's what, I will pop it in here real quick for you. There it is. I dressed so casually today. I wanted to be nice. I just had a red t-shirt on, and it's been a little warm. Been trying to not run the AC quite as much to save a little power. So, but anyway, my friends, have a great and wonderful day in Middle Earth. Thank you to my Patreons for their support. Thank you, Reb, for being a Royal Guard. I could not do it without you guys. And liking and subscribing. Again, my goal is I'd love the channel to get 10,000 subscribers before the end of this year. I think we're going to blow past it because you guys are so amazing. So thank you. And again, we're not going to have any other streams this weekend, but I will have more videos being made this next week after my choir thing. So tomorrow and the next day, I've got some stuff to work on and plan and do a choir performance, and I will share it with you guys if you'd like to see it on my blog playlist here. I'll post it for you on the performance one. And but you can always go check all of my massive amount of content on the channel. I've got lots and lots of backlogged wonderful stuff, and lots of it's still relevant. So check it out. All right, have a great day in Middle Earth, and again, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here, God willing. See you in the next one, my friends. Stay happy. Just don't think about that kiss. Don't do it. Don't do it.